It's over. This was certainly his last day in Pittsburgh. Now the consequences started. Let's get to the news. In the words of Amazon Prime broadcaster Kirk Herbstreit, where the hell is the fight? They're the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going through the motions. That was obvious for much of the Pittsburgh Steelers' 28-14 loss to the Baltimore Ravens. The Steelers ended their season on a 5-game losing streak after the loss in the wild-card round of the playoffs. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Russell Wilson passed for 270 yards on a 69% completion percentage, and 2 touchdowns. Steelers wide receiver George Pickens caught 5 passes for 87 yards and a touchdown. Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson passed for 175 yards on a 76% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, and rushed for 81 yards on 15 carries. Ravens running back Derrick Henry rushed for 186 yards on 26 carries and 2 touchdowns. The Steelers won the coin toss and elected to receive the ball first. Fittingly for an offense that's lost 4 straight games, the first offensive snap for the Steelers was a drop by tight end Pat Freiermuth. Tight end Darnell Washington made up for the drop with a 9-yard catch on the next snap. The Steelers discussed all week leading up to the playoff game that backup quarterback Justin Fields would play a role. On 3rd and inches on the Steelers' first drive, Fields entered the game. Fields ran a read option and handed the ball to running back Jaylen Warren for the first down. However, the Steelers needed 6 yards on the next 3rd down, and offensive coordinator Arthur Smith elected to keep Wilson in the game. Wilson was pressured and tried to scramble for the first down, but was tackled short. Ravens punt returner Steven Sims, a former Steeler, muffed the ensuing punt, but no Steeler was close enough to recover the loose ball. No matter, Sims was tackled at his 5-yard line. The Steelers have been outscored 63-0 in the first quarter of their past 5 playoff games, including today. Now, many pundits are openly debating whether the Steelers should consider moving on from Tomlin after nearly 2 decades. While his ability to keep the team in playoff contention is widely respected, critics argue that consistency without postseason wins isn't enough for a franchise with 6 Lombardi trophies. This debate has only intensified after the late-season collapse, which dashed Pittsburgh's hopes of making a deep playoff run. The frustration among fans and analysts alike has put Tomlin's future under a microscope. Trailing by 14 points, it looked likely the Steelers had just over 8 minutes left in their season unless they could make a miracle happen. Wilson tossed a jump ball to Pickens down the sideline for a 26-yard completion. But when the Steelers' offense follows up that play with a throwaway, a false start penalty, and a sack, odds of victory drop. On 4th and 15, Wilson made up his mind. He looked to the end zone for Austin 3, but 4 purple jerseys were all over it. The Steelers turned it over on downs. The Ravens just had to stay on the field and run out the clock. A task they completed without issue. The Pittsburgh Steelers season ends with 5 straight losses and at the hands of their arch-rival in the playoffs. The Steelers never solved the Ravens' rushing attack. The offense never found consistent offense. The offseason is now the focus, but there will be plenty of time for reflection in the coming months. Comment the names you want to see leave Pittsburgh as soon as possible. Stay tuned for future updates.